The funding for this program was made possible by a grant from the ProArbor Tree Care Professionals. ProArbor Tree Care Professionals are members of the International Society of Arboriculture. You should demand a certified arborist for the care of your trees. Using ProArbor Tree Care will lead to good, healthy trees. They follow safety rules using proper techniques and the latest of equipment. The only way to know is to call a pro. So put your trust in the ProArbor team. Call 703-209-7247. Hello, my gardening friends. If you just tuned in, you're watching Gardening News and Views with Dr. John. And I have a gentleman coming in from Arbor Tree Service. His name is Ferris Crilly, and he should be here right about now and knocking on my... Oh, come right in, Ferris. Welcome to my show.
Thank you.
All right, pull up a stool right here and let's talk about your company. Before we get into it, though, let's talk about yourself a little bit. How did you get interested in tree business? I mean, was it your dad's business, or did you start it, or did you work for a company before? Tell us a little bit.
Started the company myself. Got into tree service just as kind of a side business when I was in underground construction. Decided at that point that it was really fun. I love it. So it grew from there. And at this point now we're putting certified arborists on every job, and we're kind of serving the upper echelon of the market here in the Washington area.
Well, now let's get into the meat of the thing here. How do you know if you got a good arborist walking on your property?
That's a good question. That's, let's talk about that.
Okay.
First of all, at the time of proposal, there should be a few things that are very clear. One is certification and affiliation. The certifying agency that kind of governs all of us is the ISA, the International Society of Arboriculture. That's where an arborist gets his certification.
Okay.
So the company that you're working with should at least have some affiliation with that organization.
IS, what is it?
ISA.
ISA,
International
okay.
Society of Arboriculture. There's the other professional organization that kind of regulates us a little bit is the TCIA, Tree Care Industry Association. And we're all, beyond that, governed by OSHA, of course, and ANSI, the American National Standards Institute. And there's a specific set of guidelines that we all follow, or should all follow, from ANSI. So if right away, an arborist or a tree care professional who you want to work with should be well aware of those guidelines.
Well, do they come with some kind of certificate or a badge or something that they present you at the door?
Well, anybody that presents themselves as an ISA certified arborist is certainly very, very familiar with those guidelines. So that's a very good place to start. Is the certification. So that's something that is very evident very quickly when somebody is proposing to do tree work on your property.
Also the way they're dressed too, right?
Right. We have what here I brought here what we refer to in the industry as a PPE, or personal protective equipment. Very minimally speaking, every tree worker should be wearing a hard hat, and what we have here is a helmet that a tree climber would use. Very often the men on the ground don't wear a helmet per se, but they will wear a hard hat, because it's an ANSI standard to be protected from any struck flies coming out of the tree. But this would be a climber's helmet. Eye protection. So we have, and this is a very simple version of them, but there are more, there's polarized and very much more comfortable versions of that. Ear protection, because we use very loud equipment.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Everybody, that's an ANSI standard as well. You should protect your ears with, this is the smallest version that actually insert into the ears, but protect us from the noise of the chainsaws that are in use, the chippers, stump grinders. Things are they're very loud.